Hi, this is just a preview of the Flyby series to come. It's for subscribers and anyone else who's paying attention, really. But it's highlighting these lines of light. Now, the flybys are all lines of light that are flying across the sky, and they look like that, which is basically what's known as Fastwalker UFOs. Now, back in 2019. These lines of light were just sitting in the sky and would just appear in the sky. But as you will be able to see here, different things happen. So these are just screenshots initially, and then the actual footage. Here we go. At the minute, you're just going to see screenshots. So we're just going to roll this now. And these are screenshots. This is going to be the first video I'm doing before any compilations. And this will be these lines in the sky that have been appearing, which basically are cigar-like saucers. Basically, they're saucers that just hang in the sky for 5 minutes and more, way more. Like, you know, they are in the sky that long that I actually leave them. You know, I collect the footage I need. This one looks a bit like the Tic Tac. You see, it's pointing in this direction. This changes in the actual footage to a different direction. You can see the different direction there in a minute. Now these, just try to remember, these are just, there's the different direction. Try to remember that these are screenshots. So you will be seeing the footage, and you'll be keeping an eye on that time code so that you'll see that there's no cuts here or nothing. But these lines have been appearing constantly now. They are the latest thing for me, and I can't really find any explanation for them because I've never seen this on my camera before, which I've had over a year. They're not like clouds or anything like that. They just happen to look like saucers. They happen to have the UFO tilt, you know, that 45-degree tilt or whatever. And they're saucer-like and they're cigar-like. And I can only find one explanation for them, and that's that they're UFOs. Now this will be one collection because there's been a number of different things happening lately. First there has been these lines, saucers, cigar-like things appearing and just hovering in the air for long periods of time, 5 minutes and more. And then there's another collection I'll be doing called Sexy Satellites. And I'm calling it Sexy Satellites because they're not satellites. Okay, so I'm just going to move on at that point. So let's talk about something else completely. And here's some footage. Here, but as you see, I go on and I do. Oh, just to explain. I speed through the footage. I drag it along just to speed it up. Get it into focus. But basically this thing is pointing in this direction. Again, it's just a line in the sky. And it's just sitting there. There's my window frame again. So I'm just pointing out at the stars here and at this line, which is pointing up in that direction. Now at one point, really soon here, I just keep zooming in to see if I can see some detail. I maybe shouldn't have zoomed in so close, because it just becomes pixelated. But at one point, around about here, it changes direction. And it's going this way all of a sudden. And it stays like that, even later when I come to focus it. So you can see it's pointing in the other direction now. You can see there's normal stars, that's what they would look like in the sky. But this is a long line, and it looks like a saucer, basically. So then, yeah, it seems to change back a little bit there. And other lines start to appear. Now, I've never seen any of these lines before. Like there's another slight line down here, but there's a stronger line coming up now in a minute. But I've never seen these lines before, and I've been filming with this camera now for over a year. Now another line comes up in this direction, and I start to focus on it and say it, Oh yeah, sorry. You can see that I'm slightly out of focus here, and I realize that, so I start focusing and bringing that light to a more clear point. So there it is, completely focused, and that line is still pointing this way. Okay, and then so I decide to, and I try it with the infrared to see if I can see it, and when you look at it close enough you can see it. Like you can just about make it out there. It's just something I test. And then I look about here a bit, and then that's the light that I focus, and that's the other line. Saucer. It's like a saucer shape, and there it is. And again, I don't know, I've never seen that before. And you see another one up here, and I've never seen these ever before. They've only started appearing recently. And as you can see, it does have the look of a saucer. So, my question to you is, can you give an explanation for these things? Because I can't. So, the point here really is that I was seeing the lines of light back in 2019. And at this time, I think it was at this time that Oumuamua, the interstellar object that came into our solar system, the only one, was around that time, and it was shaped like this. So it's funny that I was saying that around about that time, I believe. And now I'm seeing the flybys all the time. I have listed 3 so far. I've shown one, but I've said that there is 3, but there's more than that. And I'm going to try to collect them all. All these lines of light, all these Fastwalkers. Because it's the new series for me.